completely new. 1 or 2, you, there, okay. So I'm going to be really brief with words because I prefer to demonstrate with action. But life alignment is something that I downloaded in 1991 after many years of working with energy healing, which I did from 1971. And we were doing cleansing retreats for 7 days. This was in Canada at a retreat. And I was guided to work with the emotional process, the energetic process. And after 10 years, people were begging me to teach what I was doing because they were seeing the most miraculous results. Partly cleansing, detox, and then working at the emotional and energetic level. So I was guided back then in 91 to go up to our retreat, which is north of Toronto in a little lake. And in 2 days of deep, deep meditation, I downloaded what at that time was called body alignment technique, which was a system using different points on the body that were quite different from everything else I studied, different from acupuncture and physiology. And I was a little alarmed why it looked so different. But I got back to my office in Toronto, and the results that I was getting with this new system that came through was beyond belief. And because it came from a place beyond this duality, beyond the 3D duality. Can you understand that? And so embedded in that system was a way of accessing, balancing the emotions in our body, and the energy in our body, and the emotional story. So life alignment works on 2 fronts. It identifies where energy is blocked in the body, and on the other hand, what is the underlying story behind this blockage, behind the pain, behind the disease, whatever it is. So it clears the flow of energy, because as we know, when energy gets stuck, we develop disease, we develop pain, right? I know I'm speaking to the converted here. If you hear it, you probably all know about this. And the fact is, everything is energy, isn't it? So we're working at the energetic level, because when you clear the field, you understand what the field is, the energy field, the physical 3D body responds to that very, very quickly. When you try and work on the physical, it can take a long, long time, because that's the end of the line. So as Einstein said in his time, that the field is the primary agent that governs the molecule. So it's the field that originates disease and pain and imbalance. Now, to work on the end of the line at the physical can take a long time. You know, you'd have to have lots of adjustments and lots of treatments, and if you don't balance the energy, it comes back again. So when you work at the energetic spectrum, on the energetic spectrum, which is much, much easier to clear, in fact, sometimes in moments, as we will demonstrate, the physical body responds to that. Can you understand that? I don't know if you've heard of Kirlian photography. Kirlian photography was a Russian scientist that developed a very powerful machine that can photograph the etheric body. The etheric body is the first energetic body close to the physical. And they put leaves on and cut the leaf in half sometimes, and you still see the full etheric body of the leaf, or your hand, or any part of your body. So that was in the 1920s. Recently, a lot of technology has been developed to photograph the aura, called aura photography. So I'll show you what that looks like. So here is a photograph of a person's aura without the tools that we use, and I'm going to get into that, and that's the vortex system. So the vortex system is a series of highly energized cards, magnetic cards, that emit a very powerful quantum field. And I only received that about 5 years after I received life alignment, body alignment, because it has the ability to balance the land, to balance our field, to balance water, food, air, environments, cities, houses, organizations. So this is one example of a card which we wear around the neck. It's a pendant, looks like that. We wear it around the neck, and that's the fire card. I don't know if you can see that. I'll demonstrate that in a moment. And this is the field before the card, and I'll show you at the same time. 1 minute later, this is what the field looks like, which says the field can change very, very rapidly, and we'll see that today in a demonstration. You'll see that? The difference. And that's in 30 seconds probably. That's how quick that field is. You see the chakras are more fuller, here they're fragmented, the darkness in that area. This is a water mark. But that's quite different, isn't it? That takes a lot of work to get there. Here is a photograph of someone that is using a cell phone card without a cell phone protector, and then with a cell phone protector. So this is, I'll show you here. This is without protection. This here, you see this heavy area there, even though it's sort of bluish. And then a minute later, you see, compare those two auras. Can you see that? And the chakras. So that's with a cell phone card. And you see the vibrancy of the aura there. And that's using a cell phone, but with cell phone protection. So one of the functions of the vortex system is that it helps to protect us from invasive pollutants, such as electromagnetic radiation. I'll show you what that looks like. So if we had a electromagnetic source, we would see that when we bring this close to, can you see the change in the needle? And that's a small motor, but if we were exposed to a field that strong for a couple of hours a day, we would get very ill because it scrambles our aura, our energetic field, and takes us out of ourselves. Can you understand that? We become dissociated. Every time you speak on a cell phone, it throws the field to the other side. We dissociate in that particular time, we lose our power, and it scrambles the field. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I don't want to speak too much today because I want to rather demonstrate. And we have a bit of a problem here today because through this central area, as I noticed, most people went to the side, which we were very lucky, because in this central area, I don't know if you've heard of geopathic stress. You know what that is? When there's a stream under the ground or a special negative ley line, it creates a disturbance in our body. And this comes from deep in the earth. The earth is a very powerful healing being, isn't it? We feel great when we're lying on the earth, but we live in a world of duality, so it has a magnetic field, so we have a disturbance in that field. And if I was to, I'll show you, because we've got to clear this before we can do any work. So originally I was standing there, would have been no problem, but we moved the table here. So let me show you what that looks like. So I need a volunteer. Give me, that's not wearing a card. Anyone?
Carlisa.
Oh, you're wearing it? No, that's all right. It's just absolutely. You get a free hug and a kiss. And so hold your arms Bent wrist, bent wrist. Straight elbow. What can we do? What can we do? Hold strong. Strong as you can. And you notice she is strong. But the moment I move her to this area here, and try and sense it in your body. Feel it, you sense something. There is no energy. You feel that? As hard as she's trying with my little baby finger. And that's what happens to us. Many of us sleep on a bed. Don't go away, don't wait, come back here.
That's wild.
Just tell me again, what's underneath there?
A monster. There's a monster. Yeah. And no, here this is a stream, a deep stream which causes a disturbance in the field. But I'm going to give her a vortex spell. And let's say give her this pendant which has that fire card that I was talking about. We're going to use this today. So it's a little square with a red triangle. So give me your hand again. You feel how that? Now I want you to hold that card. While I'm doing this, don't hand it to him.
Oh, it's just, he knows.
Don't pass it on. All right. You see the difference? Strong. Without it, no energy.
That is wild.
And that's going to affect, if you were all sitting here, we get used to this frequency, don't we? We have it in our homes, we have it all over the place, but we adapt. But when you become conscious of it and mindful, you begin to feel it. And later on, I'll give you the opportunity of walking through it. You may want to try that because it affects your breathing, it affects everything. But we do have a card. This is personal protection. One wears this to protect yourself from all sorts of negative energies and negative people and stuff like that. No negative people here in this festival, so we don't have to worry about that. But in the world, and the normal world out there, we do encounter stress. It deals with stress, and I'm going to demonstrate that. But I'd like to balance the space out, okay? And we do have a card, which is called the rainbow card, which we use to balance our homes, our workplaces. It balances computers, electromagnetic as well as geopathic. Now we do have a problem because I'm not going to be able to demonstrate an electromagnetic field. Let's try to do this first before I put the rainbow card. But move out of the space. Okay. And hold strong. And you'll notice that at a certain point, just there, can you see that? Because it engages with her field. So now I'm in your field. I'm not going to show you. We'll save you. But, you feel the difference compared to, yeah. Now, let's see it on a man because I can see him saying, I would hold that very strongly. No problem. Okay. All right. And there, already there. Now he is weakening further than you. Strong, strong, weak, 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 weak. I think you do need a shave. I'm gonna. So, come back. I need to give you a square card while you're holding on to this. And turn it on. Now I want you to see something. I'm going to push down, and you're going to get stronger and stronger as I come closer to your body. Can you understand that? Before he got weaker and weaker, now he's getting stronger as I approach. Can you feel that? I'll show you a little wobble. I'll get you a little wobble there. And then as I come stronger there, it's going to end at some point. Hold strong. Just there. Can you feel that? I can't get over there. I can't. And there you become so strong. So that's not exactly logical, isn't it? That he becomes stronger in the presence of any little electromagnetic field. Now, a cell phone is way, way, way more powerful than this. We'll go into that later. We get stronger as it comes closer to our body, as we saw in the aura photograph. You feel that? Okay. So, I'm going to put a rainbow up, which we will have to remove a few times because it'll also balance out an electromagnetic field. Typically, we put the rainbow, this is not exactly a house with a front door, but this, I checked which is the primary area to put this, and we're going to put it on that pillar over there, which acts as the front door. Can you understand? At home, you would put this on your frame, your threshold, inside the house. So if you could put that up. Now, let's put it up and feel the energy. Some of you, although you're not sitting in this space, just sense the energy because it is changing the energy completely. So just be still and breathe and just feel the change of energy. You may even feel a little breeze, even though there's no wind, or a pain disappears, or something gets relieved. Anyone feeling anything? Anyone feeling a change, a shift, frequency? Melting.
Calmness.
Calmer.
Calm.
Straight away.
Yeah. No, it will balance everything. It will balance the geopathic. It will balance the electromagnetics. So I'm going to have a trouble demonstrating electromagnetics here because it just balances everything. So come back, Alice. And if we start you here, okay, work is strong. And feel that. Now you come into the space and hold strong. Now, she's actually stronger here. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Than you were there. Why? Because it's a worse frequency here, a lower frequency. So what this card does, all the cards, it takes the lower the frequency, the higher it goes. It's like a sine wave. The lower the trauma, the bigger the trauma down there, the higher the upliftment. Can you understand that? In other words, it polarizes the negative effect of electromagnetics, geopathic, and trauma. That's how life alignment works. We take the deepest trauma that we've had in our lives and transform that to what is a real blessing. And as you experienced yesterday, both of you, right? You went from deep stuff to feeling very high. And that's what life alignment does. It identifies the trauma patterns from our youth and the programs that we develop throughout our lives or inherit, and converts that, it polarizes that to something positive. We're going to see that on the table. All right? Don't try and understand. Don't try and get it. But you.
She just picked.
Or anybody. Hold strong. Now, it's the same as holding the card that you have. But as I come closer, because the rainbow card is there, you are getting stronger and stronger. Can you get that? It's quite crazy. But that's the way it works. So, let's take a look at something. No, we've done enough of you. Yesterday and this morning you were the priority person and you've had enough. Okay. Do you know what these are? What are they? Sides of weapons. You've heard of dowsing, where they used to use a branch of a tree to find a well, underwater water, which I did for years, not with branches, but with these. They move freely, but we can use them to find gold under the ground, or oil, or whatever it is, or who knows what, but we can also use it to measure our field. So I need a new volunteer besides these, someone that has a field who would like to come. Who? Come on. You're not wearing a vortex card anymore. Come stand there. What's your name? Jessica. Come stand there and face me. Now we've got the rainbow card, so the field is going to be bigger, but I'm going to walk towards Jessica. Sorry if my back is towards you. And they are going to converge at a particular point. Got that? Well, that point is the edge of one of her fields of energy. Do you understand that we are multi-dimensional? We have different fields. You have etheric, emotional, mental, spiritual. So I'm going to, my intention is to check the edge of the emotional body. Okay? So I'm walking towards you. Just stay neutral if you can, Jessica. And notice they will converge at a particular point there. So that's the edge of that layer. Now we can affect this, as you see in the aura photography, through, how do you think we can affect our field? By doing what? A vortex card. Thank you. Very nice. Yeah, by a vortex card, but without a vortex card. Thought, feeling, okay, our feelings, right? We feel expanded or we feel contracted depending on the nature of our thoughts and what we connecting with and feeling. So, Jessica, I'm going to ask you to think of something absolutely amazing that makes you feel great. Okay? Like being at the Shanti Festival. Can you do that? All right. But I want you to feel real happy. And notice that's expansion. Can you see that? Her field within seconds expanded. And that's what happens through the day. It expands, it contracts, depending who you see. You know, someone smiles at you, it expands. Someone looks at you with a frown, you contract. Springboks win the game, the whole country expands. If they lose, the whole country contracts. I mean, that's the way it works. All right. So, we went happy. Now I want you to go stressed. Sorry to do this. Because you looked so blissful. Have you got it? You did very well on this one. That's contraction. In fact, it went inside her body. Did you see that, you guys? So let's do it from here. So show you contraction. Just stay stressed if you can. We love you to be stressed. What were you thinking? That was quite dramatic. All right. Let's see a few tears in your eyes. Okay, now let's see if you can go back happy. Wipe the tears. Not easy to go back from contraction to expansion. Why? Because the brain is developed to remember trauma, to remember the danger, to remember the tiger. And it's not easy to, I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to sit with someone in coffee and says, how are you doing? And for an hour and a half later, all the stuff comes out, not the happy stuff necessarily, but the trauma stuff. All right, so where are you now? You're going to go happy. We'll try. Take a deep breath, Jessica, and send her energy. Just send her lots of energy. I should have warned you not to go too unhappy. Just a little bit. The traffic in Cape Town, not your mother or your ex or your eh? Yeah, just the traffic in Cape Town is enough to contract you. All right, let's go happy. You're sending your energy. Done. Give her a big, big hand. Don't go away, don't go away. Don't go away. We're going to have to get you to go back there again. So let's see how that looks like with muscle testing. Okay? Happy, 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 happy. And that is very strong. Right? Now, dare I ask you to go back to, can you do something mild? You know, traffic in Cape Town. Completely. Can you see? Why is she weakening, do you think? Because the aura contracts, affects the chakras, affects the meridians, and we lose strength. We lose our power. So when we're in a field where we are weakening, we literally have lost our power because our aura contracted. So, stress, stress, stress. Okay, no. Let's see how quickly you can go happy. 1, 2, 3. I felt her arms strengthen. And now she's doing it much faster. Now, let's ask her body how long she can stay happy and hold that positive thought. In other words, in an expanded. Okay? Can I ask your body? All right, because your body knows. So I'm going to ask how many seconds, minutes she can hold on to this expanded state of consciousness. So more than a minute. And that's pretty good. Most people, minute to 2 minutes, the ego presents something that blows the fuse, triggers them. More than 2 minutes. Very good. More than 3. Good. What do you do?
Lots of practice.
Lots of practice. More than 4. Jeez. More than 5. So 4, 4.5. 35, 34. So around 4.5 minutes she could hold on to it. Do you meditate a lot? Okay. That's fine. Okay. You got that? And then what happens? The mind talk comes, you know, sabotage patterns, the self-critic comes out. You know about those things? Anyone know about the self-critic? The saboteur? The ego mind doesn't want to lose control. Do you understand that? Your ego does not want to lose control. So it will say, no, you can't stay there. You're not good enough. You're this, that, and that. So well done. Give her a big hand. All right. So, let's take this a little further. Anyone here got structural pain? Back, hips, shoulders? You have what? Shoulders. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have lots of people up here. Why don't you come? So what I'm going to do now with, what's your name? Sonica. Wonderful. We might have a sonic boom here at some point. All right. I'm going to check your body from all sides. Okay? And how long have you had this pain? Go on.
Little while. Maybe a week.
Just a week? No, I need 10-year-old pains. I mean, but we'll get to it. Okay. So,
Sorry.
stay neutral. Stay neutral. Stay neutral. And guess what? The field starts back there somewhere. Turn around, Sonica. What are we expecting to see from behind?
Quick closing.
Because she's got a field. It doesn't look like she's got a field, but every living thing has a field. Even rocks have fields. So that from behind, it's going to be way behind her. So in other words, she is behind herself. Can you turn to the right, Sonica? That right. We'll deal with the dyslexia afterwards. Okay. All right, that. Now here, very much to the left. Can you see that? Turn around the other way. What are we expecting to see here now? Quite small because it's way out to the left. And there's where it begins. So she's more behind her and to the left. Have you ever felt besides yourself?
That's where the pain is.
Okay, the pain is there. Let's put you on the table. rid of all of this stuff. Okay. So, come right up. Now, because her field is so out, she was more to the left, right? What are we expecting to see in terms of the form? Because remember, the field governs the form. If the field is out, what's going to happen to the form? Form's going to be out. Whether it's the feet or the hips or the rib cage. So I'm going to check her feet, and her feet are perfect. Absolutely, except rotation. Can you feel that? A little stuck here, and this rotates. Can you see that? This is rotating, this I cannot. So that's the only thing down here. But it's okay to check your hips, and is that all right? Now, I need 2 witnesses from you guys, because you can't all see this. So let's have, we got to get you out of your comfort zone. Good. All right, so what are we seeing here? Much higher there than here. Can you see that? So we've got an angle like that, and the hips, the ribs, I mean, is much higher there, right? So, in fact, both sides, this was lower, and that was higher. So the gap there, can you see that? I'll come down to the bottom of the ribs. Looks like that. We're all like that, by the way. We're all speaking on cell phones, we're carrying, we're stressed. We're all going to be out of alignment. Can you understand that? Just stay around it. Don't go away. And give me your hands above your head, something like that. Right behind your back. Straight fingers. And here we are actually seeing a big difference. So there you can all see it. That's because what happens is it's back and forth, and I'll show you why. Because when the spine is blocked somewhere, put that down, and I'm going to test you and run down your spine. So the cervical spine, notice, is what? Strong, right? There, and strong, and can you feel the difference? This vertebra up here is nice and strong. Can you all see that? Got it? And I come down one vertebra, completely weak. So that's where it's blocked, and most of us are blocked in the lower back. Some in the cervical, but particularly the lower back. But your pain is where? There. All right, can I touch it? Let's touch it. Is it back here? What do you think is going to happen when I touch the pain?
That way.
Okay, and which side? Both sides? Just here. All right, right side. Right side, we see is strong. Left side. Can you feel that? But the spine is weak there, and because it's blocked. So what I'm going to do, should we straighten her out? Should we? What is it worth to you? All right. And I want to let you know that we will all leave this place completely aligned by the end of the talk. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to introduce you to our foundation course, which is we introduce 2 cards. This is our first entry into life alignment, and we have several teachers here that teach it, and this is called the Seed of Life. Don't worry about the diagram, but it's the magnet. Can you see the magnet inside that dark line there? Can you see that? That's a very thin magnet, and it's got a diagram, which is just the signature. Can you see that? All right. So I've got 2 hands, and we've got 23 centers, because there are centers at each joint, and the hips, and the chakras. How many chakras do we have? 7. We've got 8 of these minor chakras. The wrist is a vortex, this shoulder, so there are 23, but I've only got 2 cards and 2 hands. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have to use that. 2 hands and 2 cards on 2 centers somewhere, so I'll have to find out where they are. I don't know, and I'm sure you do know, right? So this is the seed of life. Where do we place it? On the left side of the body? What's it saying? That's a no. Say yes. Yes, that's yes. And say no. No. So if it says left-hand side of the body, what's it saying? No. Right side of the body, saying yes, which could be the ankle, the knee, the hip. So ankle, knee, hip could be here at the diaphragm, and the answer is what? Yes. So what do you think we should ask? Because I'm spinning, so it's got to go one way or the other. Is it clockwise? And the answer is no. It's going to be anti-clockwise there. All right? Resonance. What should we ask? Left side says no. Does it say no? Right side says no. So what else is left? Center. Yes. So base chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat. Oh my God. You're going to go all around that. Brow chakra. What should I ask? Direction. Clockwise. All right. I'm not going to touch her body. You saw the imbalance in the different parts of the body, right? So I'm going to spin this anti-clockwise, and this one, which way? Clockwise, without touching her body. And you may feel this. What do you feel, Sally? Easy. Just once. I could do it again, just for fun. And in that time, we're going to see the field change, and we're going to see the physical body change. Need you guys. The feet were fine, but her rotation wasn't fine, right? So let's try her rotation, and guess what? Can you feel that, Sonika? So both feet are rotating. We didn't touch her body physically. And here, how does that look? Pretty level, isn't it? And the ribs, pretty level. The gap is now the same. But the big test is what? All right, Sonika, let's try you out. Go on. Drop it down. Straight fingers. Straight fingers. Straight fingers. It's about a half a centimeter so far. But it'll, yeah, no, it'll come, it'll come. Let's do another spin. So let's do another little spin, unless you've got something mechanical happening in the body. Eh? Now, we're not dealing with her pain, by the way, I'm sorry to tell you that. But all we're doing is aligning her body, because when we're out of alignment, it's going to create all sorts of imbalances, isn't it? Give your hands back. How's that? Well, it was actually together. That's a big difference. Now that's, 50 adjustments physically that will not hold because it comes back again. But when you clear it energetically, this is now going to hold. Now, you may feel a difference in the pain. We haven't dealt with the pain, but because we've aligned and we're going to check your spine. What should we find down here? Strong? Feel that? Very, very good. Come stand up. And the big test is her auric field, right? What should we expect? Right. How are you feeling? How's the pain? What?
Feeling better.
I'm sure it is. We didn't deal with it, but we dealt just with your alignment. And, oops, have a look at that. Now, there was nothing in the front, was there? Turn around. About equidistant, isn't it? Now, dare I ask you to turn to the right? Well, you got it. You got it, Sarika. Give her a hand. Give her a hand on that. She got it right. Her right. All right. So that's turn the other way. So, can you see that her aura expanded? That's called expansion. But it also is sensitive. So you are now in her body, your body, not her body, but yours. And you should feel much, much stronger, better. How does that feel? And the pain?
Yeah, no, it's better.
Wonderful. Give her a big, big hand. You can go back. I'll need you in a little while. All right. Any questions on that? Now, do you see how quick that is? You balance the field, the physical body immediately responds. So now we could touch on the emotional side of things, if anybody wants, right? And who else had some pain, something going on in their bodies? Anyone?
Years of pain. You wanted a bed.
This lady
You
here.
got? Oh, we're back. How long was that been?
Exercise daily.
Okay, but it's been there for a while. Okay. Should we work on her?
Mine's really challenging.
Yours is what?
Stage 5 kidney disease.
Stage 5?
Kidney disease.
Really?
I'm on dialysis.
Okay. So that's another process, which we may get you. But why don't we work with you? No, that's not structural. So, but we may work with her afterwards. Comes down, what is her name? Karina. So, let's check Karina out. No, come stand. Where are you going? You are keen. You just want to be comfortable. Okay. Da-da-da-dum. That's good. Turn around. That's not so good. All right. Turn to your right. And she begins there. Is she besides herself? What are we expecting on this side? Be much larger. So you are definitely over here. Hi, Karina. This is where you are. Have you ever felt that? All the time. All right. Now you can come onto the table. What's that? Well, it doesn't always balance. Okay. What are we seeing here? A little longer on the right. Rotation's good, but longer down here. Okay. Where are my witnesses? Or new witnesses? Whatever. I need 2 witnesses. 1 at least. So now you're much higher up on the right. Have a look. There. And the rib cage is way, way, way different. This is about 6 centimeters different. Is that going to result in pain? And that's the gap. Let's see your hands. Straight fingers. Your hands are fine. Hands are good. And let's check her spine. Hold strong. So when did this start for you? Long time. You see the lower back? Completely big. So she's strong, fairly high up there. So this time what we're going to do is deal with where her energy is blocked, as well as what's the story behind it. You okay with that? And so, in life alignment, we have many different points connected to organs, your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, all of that. And it's divided, the body is divided into different zones. Zone A, B, C, D, E to F. So I'm going to find out where, in correcting your spine, your back, where is the priority organ or gland? Is that all right? So say yes. That's a yes. No. No. Not ya near. Just say ya and near. Good. Okay. All right. Is her priority in zone A? And the answer is, that's a big yes. So in zone A, we have digestive system, we have urinary system, we have reproductive system. What do you think? Yes, what? Or what? Which one? You think it's reproductive? You've had so many, what? Oh, how many? 5 kids. And carrying them around, you're bound to have a sore back. So let's see, it could be the adrenals as well. The adrenals also in zone A, and many other points in zone A. But let's check, is it the digestive system? What's it saying? No. Is it her urinary system? Lymphatic is in zone A. Let's try lymphatic system. Is it reproductive? Now, it could be ovaries, it could be uterus, it could be the whole reproductive system. Let's find out. Is it the system itself? And the answer is, all right. So the reproductive system point is there, and guess what? Is it weakening? All right. So I'm going to put that into her body consciousness. I'm tapping it in on her head. Now it's in her consciousness. You can put that on down. And we're going to find out some emotional pattern that is behind this. You okay with that? So I've got a list here of many words, about 2,000, and you can't have all of them. Just, you can have how many do you want? All right, so I'll use my pendulum. So pendulum, same as muscle testing. My yes is clockwise, my no is anti-clockwise. You get that? All right, so I'm going to check if her emotional pattern is on this page. What's it saying? No. On this page, says what? See how excited it is. Going crazy. It says, yes, find me here on this page. All right, this half of the page, no, that column, and there, and half of the column says no, that half, somewhere down there. Okay. All right, so we've got one word. This is a number system, it's a digital system, so the word is 1,363. How do you feel? Just feel 1,363. The word is rigid, which could be somebody else is rigid, could be you feel rigid, don't want to be rigid. Why do you think rigid is? And there is another word, and the word is suffocated, in other words, not being able to fully express my purpose, my joy, my being. What does that mean to you? Yeah, but what about in your past? Because mom could have been rigid, dad could have been rigid, which inhibited you and you suppressed. These are all programs, guys, that get locked in very early in our lives and play itself out throughout your life. Can you get that? And so this could have been a childhood thing, and of course then you went the other way, you rebelled and said, I am going to fully express myself, right? What's that? I got 100% of that. That's an A+, right? Okay, so I want you to think of your childhood in terms of rigidity. And think of the word rigid now. It's still weakening you because it's an old program that got instilled in something. What was going on with father? How old were you? 11. And how was the relationship? Didn't accept you as a child. And so how did that play out? How was his attitude towards you? Just ignored. Told you to stay away. So in terms of change, he held on to that. He wasn't flexible, he wasn't open. So is the rigidity connected to father and the effect on you in terms of suppressing your being? Does that make sense? Are we on the right track? Are we on the right track? Now, this is a group process. So I want us all to stay connected and participate, but just sense for yourselves what the word rigidity, it could be in the world now in terms of rigidity, it could be global, it could be I haven't been able to fully feel free enough to express my being. In other words, there's certain resistances and rigidities in our being. Who's relating to this word in any way? Yeah? What, do you want to say something about it?
You want me to share about rigidity?
If you want to.
It's my last 20 years has just been a tradition of the same old patterns.
Same old patterns. Okay.
And I just can't figure out why I'm not making progress or achieving anything. Just had a milestone birthday and I'm looking back, trying to figure out what have I done.
So the inability to flow and change with life or whatever. Something like that. Repeating old patterns. That's rigid.
Just being rigid.
Give me a arm. Hold strong. Think of rigidity. Just say yes. That's strong. Think of this rigidity which suffocates the expression of who you are. You see that's weakening. Yeah? What was your relationship with mother? Or what was her relationship with your father?
Shit.
Shit. Okay.
It's it's not good.
Not good. Where was the rigidity between them?
Conservative comes up.
Conservative.
It's more of a
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So you took that on, and it becomes a program which is very difficult to release it until you do a life alignment session. Who else is relating to rigid? Yeah? I think there's rigidity in all of us. The inability to flow with our universe, with life, our purpose. We get stuck. So it's stuck, isn't it? It's stuckness. What's the opposite? Give me the antidote for rigid.
Flow.
Flow. Open. Flexible. Freedom. Right. So when you're not free, there's something, it's like an imprisonment, that I become suffocated. Can you feel that? You're relating to this. All right. What would you like to do about this? Would you like to free it up? Love it. Okay. So let's do it together. Okay? So I'm going to do a 4-step process here, and we'll do several of these possibly. If we've got time. And the first step is I feel. So I want you to feel the stuckness, the rigidity, the lack of freedom, the lack of flow in your life that is suffocating the expression of who you are. You feeling that? No? Yeah? I want 100%. Yeah, all feeling that? It's a good balance. Okay. What about governments? Because this has many layers. This is not only personal and group, but it is global. It is national. Because there's restriction through fear. What is fear? Creates rigidity. Contraction. So basically we're talking of contraction. And yes, later on in life, I rebel and it becomes so expressive. And so, when did you start doing that? Well, and exhausted yourself. So, because it took so much effort, it wasn't natural. You what? Money on therapy. And this is free, by the way, right here is free. So we're going to do it. Okay? Should we do it? You with her? All right. We're doing this together? So let's go into feeling. I feel, and I want you to express that. And let's find out if there is a time frame here for this. So, is there a time frame? Is it early childhood? No. More than 5, more than 10, more than 15, more than 20, more than 25, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, 2003. What's going on here? Remember? Yes. What's happening? For new business for small children. For what? Special needs children. So why is that coming up, do you think, in terms of rigidity? It was wild, it was a very hectic time. We don't have a microphone for it, okay? No, okay.
The handheld. The handheld.
Handheld's fine. We want you to hear, right? And it was what? Okay. So you were in survival. Okay. We got that? That's her story, but you're going to connect to your own story. Till 2020 you were there. That's a long time. Would you say that was a time of survival? Okay. We're going to shift that. Was she thriving at that time? Probably not. In contraction. Okay. So, no, I'll hit that. Okay. So, now we're going to enter the information. So think of rigidity. Think of suffocating, right? Suffocation. Who has felt suffocated during their lives in terms of expressing freely who you are? Anyone? Okay. Now I'm going to link that to the reproductive system. Now, how were you during the years of giving birth to children? Were you in that survivor mode? Was it on there?
Sonia.
I think what I've learned to do is mask for such a long time from childhood that I thrived. Well, to the outside world, I was thriving, and then I thought I could do this. So that's just how it was. I managed with what I was doing, and just, I think my superpower was just knowing I have only 24 hours a day. And somehow finding the balance with the 24 hours was my survival. And that was through taking 2 or 3 hours a day somehow to catch my breath. That was my
So you were
survival
really
tool.
in fight or flight.
Yeah, exactly.
And what motivated you to have 5 children?
I had my first daughter, who's now 40. I had her when I was 17, and we grew up together, very close. And I think my relationship with her has always been so strong that when I finally did get married and I had a son after that, who's now 26. And it was so wonderful. It was like having a first child, and I was in a position where I could stay home with a bit, like save money. And then I realized that I had sort of I had brought in a partner who wasn't flowing, but I'd learned to manipulate and shape situations because I could through personality. And I had started realizing that the partner I'd chosen wasn't actually flowing. And
Was it rigid?
it was, and I was choosing things for the wrong reason, which was all very surface. And when things started happening, life and grief and things like that, I realized we went aligned. And at that stage, I found out I was pregnant with triplets.
Oh,
And in this space, I'll tell you that I was only with him once in 6 months, and I felt naturally pregnant with triplets. So there was something much bigger going on about that. These 3 then came, and they too were very special needs, and just
they were special.
yes. So because I've always had this thing about looking after my 24 hours,
Right.
I knew I had to work very focused with them. And look after my well-being in order to get a positive outcome. And seeing the magic of that is kind of what made me survive it.
And what did she say early on about her father? I wasn't accepted. So what do we do to compensate that? Later on we have children to demonstrate that we fully, I'm just saying that's a possibility. I'm not putting the words in your mouth. Right? That's why I chose that path. Don't we do that in our life? We choose the path to compensate for some of our childhood traumas. So think about having 5 children. Just for fun. It's not part of the debate. Just for fun. That's survival and special needs. Why does she go into special needs? The children. So, remember the rigid and suffocated was weak? Got that? I'm going to link that to the reproductive system, and which is her savior, is bringing children into the world in a way, isn't it? Was your savior. So I'm thinking about rigid and suffocated, and notice she goes strong, because the body's saying it's connected. Got that? All right, so now let's all do this process together. I'm inviting you to feel the rigidity, the suffocated, anywhere in your life, down to back from childhood to now. Go into it and just allow yourself to feel it, and feel it in your body. Where is it? I want you to do that. So just go back to that time. I'm not taking you back to childhood, but you're taking you back to another rigidity. and trauma. So what do you feel? Well, what's the emotion that comes up around? It was 2003, right? Panic. Okay. Panic, overwhelm, stress, any of that? Okay, so just bring it on. I'm feeling stress. I'm in survival. Fighting, flighting, freezing, whatever. Right? What's it feel like in your body? You guys feeling it? Doing it? What's it feel like? Right. So I'm going to move you to step number 2. All of us. Step number 2, we're going to create a new movie that's exactly opposite of step number 1. In other words, you're going to make a choice for what you would like to feel. As against scrambled, overwhelmed, whatever. What would you like to be feeling at that time? Be there, 2003, and make a choice. I choose to feel at peace, empowered, whatever. What words? Centered, okay? Centered, grounded, calm, peaceful, and clear. All right, so make a choice. I choose to feel. Everybody. You can do it silently. I choose to feel. If you do it out loud. Clarity. Groundedness. Centered. Loving. Peaceful. Now, as I'm spinning, we saw the power of these 2 cards earlier, didn't we? It's empowering your choice. In other words, this new movie is being set in. So centered, loving, grounded, at peace with what is happening. In other words, it's acceptance, isn't it? Because when we're rigid, we don't always accept what is. So I'm choosing to feel accepting and open, right? Something like that? All right. So choose that. Accepting with the chaos that's going on, this crazy thing that's happening with this business. Just absolutely accept. And feel at peace if you can. And begin to see yourself in 2003 completely at peace. How does that look? What's it feel like? Much calmer, warmer. This is all about karma, isn't it? All right. We're going to step 3. Step 3. You with me? You over there? You doing it? Okay. Everyone doing it? Step 3, we're going to release that old pattern. So let's release. And I want you to say, I release whatever it is you felt in step 1. So say, I release, and I'm empowering that again with these cards. All of us. Freneticness, the rigidity, I'm not flowing. Have you discovered that when you resist life, it becomes stressful, doesn't it? Because life is pushing something through, and we are resisting, and that becomes painful, extremely painful, because it doesn't allow us to flow with our purpose. So I release the freneticness, the resistance, the rigidity. And you feel that? So I'm helping to release this, to pull this out of your body. And now we're going to step 4, which is now I'm receiving what happened in step 2. So I'm receiving the love, I'm receiving the openness, the flow, I'm going to say that. I receive love, empowerment, calm, peace, whatever. Go for it. Freedom, flow, peace, and universal wisdom, and trusting what? The unknown. That's a big one. So I receive trust for what it is I do not in control of. Gratitude of presence. Have you been a control freak in your life? And let's go back to release. Should we release the control? Who would like to release control? So let's go back and let go of that control. Because you had control of your partner, you manipulated. Let go of that. Release the need to control. Because where does control come from? Because I don't trust. So when she brought up trust, it was like the opposite of it. And now I receive fluidity and openness and flexibility. Okay. How's that feeling?
Amazing. It only happened in the second part.
Right.
It was almost like when you catch something that's been held together with gut.
Right.
It felt like somebody had clipped. It was amazing. It was like a little clip that happened in the heart chakra.
Right.
It
It
was amazing.
is amazing.
Amazing.
Say it again. It is amazing. All right. Now think of rigidity, suffocation. Go back to Father. Go back to 2003. She's strong on all of that. In other words, this is not controlling her life anymore. It's not affecting her feelings. She can stay in contraction. Let's check the reproductive system is nice and strong. Think about having multiple children, special needs, doing all of that. Think about your business. And I trust life. I'm open and surrendered to what the universe brings for me. Look at that. Is that a big difference? Give her a big. No, don't go there. We've got to detox you. We don't detox you. We'll carry it around. So how do you think that's going to affect her field, guys? Yeah. How did it go for you? Did you manage to do that process? How did it feel? Anyone feel any shift in that? Okay. Let's check her lower back. Look at that. Oh my God, she's strong as ever. I cannot weaken her. And let's check her alignment here. Level, all good. Now you can stand and we're going to measure the field. And it's going to feel very different. Okay. So, what are we going to see in her field, you think? So just stay neutral there. Don't take it away. Wow, look at that. Turn around. Turn to your right. Equidistant. So she's expanded and centered. You want that side? Oh my God. Thank you for sitting so close there. And how's the back feeling?
Good.
Stop.
but it's much better. Any questions, guys? How are we doing time-wise? 30 seconds. We've got a little bit more time. Any questions? Any thoughts?
I've got a question. The rainbow thing at the front door,
Right.
does it benefit the Wi-Fi?
No, not Wi-Fi.
Okay, so
It affects electromagnetics, all the electrical. So Wi-Fi is a different system. It comes through the air.
yeah.
So it's a special card for Wi-Fi, for your router. And let's check that. So, Dan, I had a Wi-Fi card.
And
Who-
the phone obviously as well. It's not protected because it's in the house. Just by that.
The phone works on a completely different system because it's picking up a frequency from antennas, from Wi-Fi towers. It'll affect anything electrical in the system, your computers, or etc., but not your cell phone. Who has a cell phone without a card that's willing to make a call? Can you call me? Yeah, call me. 076 016 3110. Voicemail?
Yeah.
It's on airplane mode.
No, not on airplane. No.
076016311.
That's right. Can you call Al's number?
My phone is there.
It doesn't matter.
I'm phoning myself.
Okay, just make the call.
You're also on voicemail.
Maybe there's no signal
It's
here.
bad
Yeah.
signal.
It's-
But then I wouldn't be able to make the call.
Yeah, but it's. Anyone got a phone that can?
What's your number? What's your number?
076 016 3110. Who's calling it? You calling it? Okay. Is it calling? Okay. Voicemail. All right. Voicemail's fine. It's still. Give me your phone. No, this guy. So is it just voicemail? It's not picking up a message on it.
No. You can try and call it
Can
again.
we call it again?
I'm ringing you.
Wait, someone else is ringing you.
Okay, one thing.
I'm ringing you.
Currently busy. Okay, here we go. I've got it.
Yeah.
So someone's connecting with me. Just
Yeah.
check if you can hear me. You are. Okay. All right. Give me your phone. All right. Who wants to check? Who wants to come up here and check the field? All right. Come stand. Give me your arm. Straight on. Bent wrist. And hold strong. Okay. You're strong, right? So just watch. Already there. Can you see the difference? That's strong. About a meter away. And now it's going to go real weak. That's how phones affect us. So you're sitting in a restaurant, you're standing in a line with somebody and someone's on a call or in the bus or wherever, and it's affecting our field. So that's what it's doing. Okay? Now, I'll take my phone or put a cell phone card on this. Cell phone card, and let's check the difference. So this is a very important card because we're always on the phone. Now, see how strong you are. I'm pushing as hard as ever. In fact, he's getting stronger. Can you see that? I could get a wobble back here, maybe. Let's just try and get a little wobble. And as I come closer, you'll notice that that wobble changes just there. Can you feel that? I can't do that anymore because you're strengthening. So that's a different system. We have to work with the cell phone card on our router, on our phones, on our computers. Whose phone's this? Thank you for. You've got a strong line or something, I don't know.
And not a rigid one.
No. Thank you. Thank you, Fan.
Is there a card for the phone and another one for the Wi-Fi?
It's the same card, but we do need one on the Wi-Fi for your computer and for your iPad and for other sources of Wi-Fi and from neighbors. So we
That card on the router.
no, one card goes right in the phone. Can you see those cards there? And one would be on the router, or possibly on the front door on top of the rainbow. Okay.
Could you have multiple? Because if you like, what do you call it, if you extend the Wi-Fi extenders.
Yeah.
So that you put
Then no, you'd have it one on the router. It'll do all of that. You got that? All right. Let's look. What's that? We got them there. Let's look at the effect on food and water, because that's something we sometimes engage in, don't we? Some of you eat some of the time. Let's try your food. Anyone got some food? Water?
Here's the leftover someone gave me.
Someone gave you what?
Someone gave me this the before.
All right, we can try that.
It's going to be the bin.
Bring me your water. Bring me everything. We'll show you. This is another very, very important card. Spark, that's fine. Now, there's a principle here that when you spin a pendulum over an area or over a food, if it's spinning clockwise, it's saying it's in harmony with your body. So remember, we put a rainbow card, so this area is spinning clockwise. I would never advise anyone sleep over an area where your pendulum spins anti-clockwise, because it's saying something is invasive there. Now the same thing applies to your food and water. If now it's not going to pick up the styrofoam, it's going to pick up the food that's beyond that. If I held my pendulum above this, you can see this there. What's it doing? Anti, right? And sparkling water. Not a full anti-clockwise. You can see it's a bit of a wobble, but it's still anti, and that's not bad. Where's this from? Willie's. Okay. So that's not terrible, actually. I'm surprised. And this is iced tea. Oops, no, that's going anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to, probably some sugar in there, right? You think? See, if I had to muscle test anybody on this, you would all test weak. So, give me your arm, hold strong, hold that, and feel how weak you can. You want to try? Hold strong. Keep your elbows straight and hold strong. All right. Good. Now hold that and hold strong and no resistance. You felt that? You want to try? Okay. Khazak, Khazak. Okay, uncross your legs. Okay. And now, she's strong. Hold.
Wow.
Now that's, most of our water is like that. And what happens when we consume this? The body has to compensate. It has to lift it up. So it has to work so hard to,
And see what comes. That's mesquite, which is a superfood.
yeah.
Mesquite coffee.
Yeah.
Which one? Manado?
Yeah, the one from the Peru.
Is this manna? Now this is neutral. This is phenomenal, actually. Is this manna brew?
It's that mesquite.
Yeah, mesquite.
Coffee, which is held.
And that's fantastic.
Peru.
Now, I have never, ever tested a food in a supermarket or anywhere else, even in the organic section, that goes clockwise. It'll be neutral. So this must be organic, otherwise it would.
And a bit of raw honey.
And raw honey, and it's a superfood. Because every food you get in a supermarket has been sprayed, has been under lighting, has been pre-picked, or whatever it is, or packaged. So we're going to revive this by putting it on a water card. You okay with that? So the water card, we've got them there, is a pentagon, looks like that. Can you see it? So I'll put this, we don't need this. This is pretty good. You're good with that. Should we try this?
It's fun. It's my favorite truth.
It even raises the dead, I can tell you that. Listen, if it raises aeroplane food, then it can do anything. So just watch. I'm going to put it on there. Now it's still anti-clockwise, but look how quickly it's changing. Now it's neutral. Now it's not so quick. So it's taking a bit of time. And there we go. And now it's clockwise. So it was very good. This, I'm not sure we can raise this dead stuff, but let's try. It is now anti. Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. See, it's like a bit of a wobble, anti-clockwise. It's gone neutral. Can you see that? And very suddenly it's going to go clockwise. You can now eat this. Don't put it in the garbage. It's valuable. All right.
Don't get, sorry. So because let's say you've got something bad, how does it get better?
And across. The water card is raising its frequency. Hold that. And hold strong. And I'm pushing. You felt that? Okay. You've got lots of questions in your head. Oh my God. She's a real questioner. And hold strong. Feel the difference from before. You're going to what?
I'm going to go buy my chocolates and cake and I'm just going to
No, it doesn't justify, because you're raising it up, that you can eat junk. See how strong that is, and I'm pushing very, very hard. Can you trust that, this side? Okay. Want to try? All right. Both arms. There we go. Hold that. And hold strong. Who has another bottle of this? Something like this with sugar in. Or anyone else got a juice? That was yours. So this is now going to empower you to the hilt. And in fact, when you drink it, it's going to line you up. Can you accept that? There we go. Give her, now I think I want some of this.
Can I ask why you call it vortex?
That's what came. Because everything's a vortex. And this, everything we're working with is a vortex. The cards spin in a vortex.
But the cards have different shapes.
Yeah, but they create a field that spins. Everything's in spin. The galaxy, the solar system, everything. So now enjoy your scone. Okay. So, should we do another little emotional process? Who would like to do that? Okay. Who would like to? Would you like to do another emotional process?
I've got, I had a hernia operation of 20 years ago, which they said was partly because of stress.
Which was what?
Partly because of stress, but many other reasons. And I've got this tightness in my stomach. So it's become chronic.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do something a little different. Okay? What was your name again? Jessica. Okay. So, rather than finding the organ or gland or part of the body first, we're going to find the story. In other words, I chose her because she has what we call an emotional priority. In other words, the story comes first, then we link it to the body somewhere. The first one, we found the body, right? We found an organ system which has the story. Now we're going to find a story that has locked into some part of the body. We'll do that? All right. Okay. Now, we didn't get to straighten you out at all, did we? Yes. All right. So, this is what we call an emotional priority. Because most of the work we do is emotional. You cannot clear anything physical without really clearing the story behind it. Can you accept that? Even if it's an accident, seemingly random, we have to, there's always a story behind it. Can you accept that? So, when I ask her body, is this a body point priority? In other words, is the liver, the kidneys, the lungs, whatever it is? The answer is what? No. Is this an emotional priority? The answer is yes. And by the way, we are doing these sessions at the booth for the rest of the day, if you've got time. So I'm going to find the emotional pattern. So one word is coming out here, and the word is possessive. What's that mean for you, Jessica? Could have been something in your upbringing, somebody that wants to control you, or you want to control somebody, you want to possess them. I got a yaw. Did you hear that? A big yaw. Tell us what about. What does it mean for you?
So maybe my partner.
Uh-huh.
Wanting to possess him.
He's possessive.
No,
Or you.
I want to control him.
You want to control it.
Or maybe my
Now
environment.
we have a number of control people around here. I mean, I don't know, maybe we have to clear this.
Yeah, I'm controlling my environment. Yeah.
What was going on around 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old, in your childhood?
Lots of fighting in the household.
In your?
In the household.
Right. And who was possessive?
I'm not sure. I don't know if either of my parents were really possessive. Maybe.
Okay. Who was controlling? It could be your siblings, it could be anything.
Well, I was we were trying to control our environment because it was just out of whack.
Okay. So you were trying to bring control into.
Yeah.
Okay. And where was mother in this process?
Fighting with my dad.
Fighting with your dad. How did that affect you?
It made everything feel like it was out of control.
Okay. And who, throughout your life, has this control element come through? Wanting to possess somebody, wanting to control somebody?
Well, I've had to be the person that's controlling.
You had to be. We getting that? Okay.
It's like lack of support, and it's like
Right.
the other extreme was controlling.
Right. When there's total chaos and no control in your childhood, what do you end up doing?
Become a control freak.
What?
Become a control freak.
Yeah, you try to control the situation, to bring some sort of balance, structure. You guys nice and warm there. Look out. I have to stand in the shade in the freezing cold, and you guys are in the sun, sunbathing. Please send some sun this way, will you? But thank you for being there. So, but we're going to go back to childhood here. You understand that? Because there was no control. And between your mom and dad, what was the fighting mainly about?
I think that was also my control.
Right.
My mom, my dad. I think there was another woman involved. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I was very young, but there was just a lot of fighting.
A lot of fighting. We got that? So let's think of the word possessive, which is trying to control somebody, pulling on the strings of somebody, because you have a number of strings being pulled on you and you on them because of that. Do you understand that? Can we be free when there are all sorts of cords, energetic cords pulling on our being? No. What would you like to happen?
I would like to just have peace.
Just have peace. Even in the now. Okay. And what's happening with your partner in terms of possessiveness?
Well, so like a sense of like not wanting to be hurt and just wanting to be respected and have peace. Yeah.
Okay. So think about it. Think about the control, the possessiveness. Think about your partner. Go back to your childhood. Think about your mother and your dad fighting. No control, no love, no support. When we feel unsupported, right, what happens? We have to create that. So often we're building on rigidity here. Remember? So think about your childhood, mom and dad. Think about your partner. Okay. So now we have to find the part of her body that this is connected to. So it could be in zone A, B, C, left, right, center, and it is in the heart. So I want you to think of, first of all, we're going to enter the possessiveness connected to the heart. Think about the possessiveness and notice she goes strong. Who's relating to possessiveness? Control. You got control? Anyone? Feeling control, wanting to control, needing to control. Come on, guys in the sun, there must be a few of you. Yeah, put your hands up. Come on, Kun. Okay. Because this is a group balance. I've chosen her for that purpose. Okay. So we're now going to do the same process. The 4-step process to clear this. Do you want that? So if you think of the word possessiveness, notice that I could give you about 5 different or 10 different time frames. All right. Are we ready? Ready? Okay. Are you connected? Okay. So we're going to feel what it feels like to have to control our lives, possess, to hold, to pull, or be controlled or possessed. Can you understand that? Either way, you all have a story around this. Who's got this? Put your hands up if you've got it. Okay. All right. So feel it. And for you, Jessica, I want you to express what that feels like. And you can go to your partner right now. Doesn't have to be to your childhood. We might have to go there. What does it feel like to be controlled? Or to control? We're building on rigidity, we're building on suffocation. So this is another layer of that. Feel weak. Helpless. Weak. Any words coming up for you guys? What are you feeling? Just give me a word.
Exhausted.
Suffocated.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Neediness. Neediness is another aspect of possessiveness. When you need somebody, it's a codependency, right? Any other words coming up? Sad.
Jaded.
What?
Jaded.
Jaded. Okay. Let's keep feeling. Go deeper. Deeper. At a global level, do you think there is control happening? Let's touch into that. Because this is not only personal, it's not any group, it's also global. Sense what it feels like to be controlled or tempted to control us, whether it's governmental. Scared and angry. I should not have mentioned that. Okay, scared and angry. I feel scared and angry. Where do you feel it in your body, Jessica? In your throat. Okay. We're going to step 2. All right? You have to get permission to go to step 2. So I knocked on the door and said, permission to go to step 2? Yes. All right. What would you choose to feel rather than possessed, controlled? Held and loved. And freedom, I think, comes up here too, doesn't it? So I choose to feel, make a choice, in the now, in this moment. I choose to feel held, loved, free. Again, flow is coming in here, because when you're being possessed and controlled, there's very little flow. And begin to picture yourself in that way, feeling held and loved. Now, we can't change other people, can we? Can't change our partners and say, I choose my partner to be loving and affectionate and all the rest. So choosing held and loved is not from your partner. You can't change another person in this, but you can change yourself. So held and loved by your own soul, by the universe, by just feeling loved. Can you understand that? Does your soul love you? I want you to feel that. So feeling held, loved by the universe, my soul, my high self, by the essence of who I am. So see if you can access the feeling of being loved. I'm choosing to feel loved. Because the reality is we are loved, aren't we? By our own souls, by the universe, by universal divine energy. But our perception of that is that we're not. So choose to feel loved. How's that feeling? A little bit more relaxed. The what? More secure. Keep on going with it. And imagine yourself being held and loved. Not by your partner, but by the essence of who you are. And your father's mother is coming in here. Do you know her? Is she alive? No. When did she pass? Recently. Last few years. For whatever reason, she's coming into this balance to hold you, love you, support you. Can you receive that? Can you feel that? So just imagine her. Just open your space in your mind and your heart to be loved by her. She's representing much larger force, but she's the one that's choosing to be part of your life. So feel that. And what does that feel like? Like extra strength. Now, it's not her grandmother coming for you guys, but it could be some presence. Feel her. And imagine, sense what it looks like, what it feels like. Permission to go to the third step, which is what? Releasing the old. The old is not loved, controlled, right? So let's let go, all of us. Let go of control, feeling controlled, the pain of that, the stress of that, the chaos. Just let go of any energetic cords holding you. And just feel grandmother. Just keep feeling her. creating more space for her to come in. And now just feel her love for you and support for your life. Can you feel that? Can you feel the presence with you? How does that feel for you, Jessica? The what? Interesting. Grandmother here is interesting. Yeah. But does it feel quite what? Holy. Sacred. Feel that. Feel the sacredness of this. Are you all feeling the love coming? So it's not her grandmother, but we're bringing in some presence for you all to feel loved. And you may want to just articulate that, Jessica. I feel loved. And that's what's pouring in now. This is the receiving aspect of this. I receive and feel love. Keep saying that. Everyone. I surrender to love. And let's check you out in that. I surrender to love. How's she doing on that? Is that good? Pretty amazing, eh? So, I am loved. Think of the word control, possessiveness. Hold strong? No, not strong. Pretty good. Feel your heart open. Because the heart shut down. Why is the heart coming up? Because in childhood, something shut down. When someone tries to control you, something happens with the heart chakra, the heart. So I am open and surrendered to love. Good. How's that? Give her a big hand. We do have Kleenexes. How's it feeling out there? You feeling loved by the sun, by the earth? Are you feeling loved by the shade? No? By each other? Okay, now you've got to come in here now, because we've got to come around here and give her a big, loving enfoldment space. You know each other. So let's just hold her in this. And just feel the love pouring in. Feel the holding. Feel a massive vortex of love coming through here. And thank you for facilitating this. How does that feel? No more hooks around, no more cords. And you can see on her t-shirt it says, I am loved. Do you feel loved now? Thank you, Granny. And the universe. And Grandpa. No, Grandpa. And Grandpa. So, big, big, big hand. And feel the sacredness of that. Just going to detox you quickly. It's a big shift, isn't it? So I did promise all of you to be aligned, didn't I? Did I? Oh dear. All right. Should we check her field? Come stand up. All right. So if you want to stay for another few moments, I'll show you how we're going to work with this. How's your field going to look like now? Massive. I'm sure that just go over there because it might be enormous. Wow. Look at that. Turn around. That's what we want to live with, isn't it, in our daily lives? We want a full, healthy, full of light. I think it's equidistant all the way around. All right? So if you want to be aligned, I'd like you to come into the space and we've got some chairs here, some stools. But let's check one or two people. I need some people just to lie on here to check your alignment. Whoever wants to try before we do this. Hello. Come lie down. So we can align her knees. The tears are not exactly in alignment there. Now, much longer on the right. Can you feel that? Can you see that? Rotation. The knees, the tear is not... okay. No, not bad. You really are not bad at all. But here, it's big. Okay, you feel that? So gap large, gap very small. So that's what the gap looks like. Although she's balanced at the hips, give me your hands. Straight fingers. And we see big difference there. Okay, remember that for when you come up afterwards to retest. You want to come up? Thank you. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's just get your body straight. No, big difference there. Can you feel that? That's higher up. That's lower down. And opposite on the ribs. So here is a massive difference. That's the gap there. And this is the gap here. That's what that looks like. Did I tell you we all like that? Most of us. Hands. All right. One more person. Let's have straight fingers. And that's the difference there. So remember that. You coming? All right. Thanks. The dots on the socks look pretty aligned. Good. And big difference there. Can you feel that? That's up. Oh, you injured her. Okay. Today, thank you. Just in time for, yeah, so again, rotated there. You've got a big gap on the left. Small gap on the right, similar to what some of the others had. Let's see your hands. Straight fingers. Again, similar pattern. All right. Thank you. Get down. We'll test you afterwards. Okay. All right. What's that?
Didn't want to get off.
Do you blame her?
Quite nice up there.
So, we're teaching vortex energetics. I don't know if you've been in touch with that there. It's cards in a circle. I'm not going to do that now, but you can come and get a Vortex Energetics treatment with one of the practitioners. I'm doing something a little different and quite powerful. So I'm going to put some big cards around. So this is a red, and I'll just put it there, green, blue here, putting a red here, green here, blue there, and I want you to just be still, sit spine erect, just meditate and take note. You're going to get it there, don't worry. It's all affecting you. And take note of your breathing. Take note of the mental activity in your mind, despite the noise going on around. Feel your breathing, your body slowing down. And feel how quickly the activity in your mind slows down. So, if your mind is becoming still, not a good time to eat right now, but just stay with it. If your mind is becoming still, just put a finger up or hand up to show me that you've got this. Okay. And despite the chaos and the noise around, just feel a sense of calm and peace and tranquility in your heart and mind. And you may feel a sensation physically as your body begins to change. It's also a good time in the stillness to send out an intention, because when you centered and grounded and expanded, your intention begins to manifest much easier. So put out an intention from the peace and the stillness. And continue to feel the love that was coming through Jessica.